Three Angels Homestead.
Sons and Daughters of God, a devotional by Ellen G. White. From a Slave to Sin to a Prince of God, April 30th. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. Genesis chapter 32, verse 28. Because of the deception practiced to secure his father's blessing intended for Esau, Jacob had fled for his life, alarmed by his brother's deadly threats. After remaining for many years in exile, he had set out at God's command to return with his wives and children, his flocks and herds, to his native country. On reaching the borders of the land, he was filled with terror by the tidings of Esau's approach at the head of a band of warriors, doubtless bent upon revenge. Having sent his family away, that they may not witness his distress, Jacob remains alone to intercede with God. Jacob, in the great crisis of his life, turned aside to pray. He was filled with one overmastering purpose, to seek for transformation of character. But while he was pleading with God, an enemy, as he supposed, placed his hand upon him, and all night he wrestled for his life. But the purpose of his soul was not changed by peril of life itself. When his strength was nearly spent, the angel put forth his divine power, and at his touch Jacob knew him with whom he had been contending. Wounded and helpless, he fell upon the Savior's breast, pleading for a blessing. He would not be turned aside nor cease his intercession, and Christ granted the petition of this helpless, penitent soul according to his promise. Let him take hold of my strength, that he may make peace with me. Jacob pleaded with determined spirit, I will not let thee go except thou bless me. This spirit of persistence was inspired by him who wrestled with the patriarch. It was he who gave him the victory, and he changed his name from Jacob to Israel, saying, As a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. That for which Jacob had vainly wrestled in his own strength was won through self-surrender and steadfast faith.